All right, I think we're good now. I'm looking at it, and it's nobody crashed so far. All
Good.
right. Yeah. So everybody, welcome. This is outside the perimeter. Sorry for the inconvenience. I know my internet's been just having. Everybody been sick. My internet been sick. Everybody got a little bug going around. So we just gonna get started, man. I ain't even gonna belabor anymore. Today we are talking about the one and only NBA Finals of 2024 between the Boston Celtics and the Dallas Mavericks.
You're right.
I almost called
Yeah,
him Bolton. But
wow.
today we got your boy YMF Jeff, as always, being the ops for no reason.
It's really not. It's really home court advantage stuff. This is what you dream of. This is what these type of moments are made for. I feel like I was made for these type of moments, and here we are.
And we got our special guest, my boy Mo, the Boston Celtics fan that he is, had to bring it
Right,
back.
right. Of course, because we here, 4 games, and there's the championship. I feel like Tatum finna cut all that slander talk out and show up and show out.
So here we are in the finals. We already talked. I think we started round one. We talked a little bit of round two, but now we're in the finals with the two teams that I didn't want there. Even though I did say Boston was going to be there, and so congratulations to both of these teams. They play tonight. We're
Mhm.
looking really forward to this series. What are your thoughts going in on how Boston has played this playoffs?
Um, my thoughts on how that we've been playing a little sluggish. I don't know why. Feel especially during the Indiana series, like they shot the ball very well, and like our defense wasn't up to par like I'd hoped, but I think that played into part of us and like missing the big man Porzingis. Um and Al sometimes came through, but most of the times when I watch, he wasn't knocking down the shots that Porzingis usually would, and that leaves the lane a little more clogged up than I like. So against Miami, mm, I wasn't too worried about that series. And Cleveland, especially after Donovan got hurt, I wasn't worried about that series either. But it was really, I think our hardest opponent was Indy.
Yeah, that makes sense. And to everybody being critiquing this the Boston Celtics right now, how do you feel about people saying that y'all had the easiest road going into this with everybody being injured? You mentioned it. Everybody was injured. Jimmy Butler got injured. Tyrese got injured towards the end. Do you feel like that takes away from the Celtics being in the
Uh,
finals right now?
I mean, at the end of the day, when we win the championship, nobody's gonna look at how we got there. It's all about execution at the end of the day. And I mean, you can't predict or who gets hurt. Yes, it has been somewhat of an easy path, but I feel as though even with Donovan there and Jimmy there and Tyrese, we still would have walked out of the series victorious. Maybe it'll win a game or two more, but I feel sometimes, especially how our lineup was, Jimmy's not. He's a great player, but that transcendent player that they need to get them to the final because he also disappeared when Miami went to the finals.
Yeah, that's true.
Uh, then Donovan's like a knockdown shooter. And he kept them in the game sometimes, but and they also was missing Jared Allen. That would have been an interesting series, but I feel as though we would have won at the end. But
Hey, I
I
mean,
mean, injuries
at the end
happen.
you did win, so regardless
Right.
of how y'all got there, y'all are there, and
Exactly.
all the other 30 teams aren't there. How do you feel about the Dallas Mavericks?
Great team with you got Luca and Kyrie at the head, and they got Lively and I think his name is Gafford. He's been playing
Oh yeah,
tremendous.
Daniel Gafford.
Yeah, especially on the defensive end. Who's they fifth player? I can't remember. It got Luca, Kyrie, Gafford, Lively, and
I don't know. I can't remember either. I'm blanking.
Right. I don't
Another.
remember who that is.
I mean, they
I feel
got.
as though. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say they got a lot of players. You know, like PJ and Tim
I
Hardaway. They
think
still got
ain't
Tim.
this PJ Washington? Don't he start?
I'm not even sure. I think I'd be seeing different people be starting most of the time. So
I think it is PJ, but Luka of course gonna have. He probably gonna have 30. But Luka's gonna have to come every night in order for it to even be a game. I feel like Kyrie, he's gonna have good games here and there, but I feel like he's gonna struggle in two. And they're gonna have to have that defensive presence because we like to attack, especially Jalen. Um, I feel like if we get them into foul trouble, we should secure the wins.
yeah, man, I was hoping Minnesota would have got there. That'd have been to me. I would have felt like that'd have been more exciting. Like
Yeah.
the Mavericks aren't that exciting of a team. I love Kyrie. Kyrie's like one of my favorite players of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Luca, of course, Luca's Luca Magic, and
Right.
Dallas has a balanced team now. Like the biggest obstacle Luca's always had in his whole career was that he didn't have anybody to back him up, and now he got Kyrie playing. You know, they're not even 1-2; they're just 1-1.
Right.
They're both playing out of their minds. When Luca isn't playing well, Kyrie steps up. When Kyrie isn't playing as well, I mean, he always plays good, but when he's not, dropping 30 points, Luca will drop 40, 10, and 8, just doing ridiculous stuff. So
Yeah.
that's a hot and heavy team coming against Boston, man. And Jaylen Brown, he had his moments. He was on and off against the Pacers, but he had that rescue three that came in, that crazy three that sent them to overtime, and they outlast the Pacers, man, which is ironic, being the Pacers, but I gotta give credit to both teams, but I'm not looking forward to either narrative of who wins this, because it's like if Boston wins, what's that, 18? Or is that
Yeah, banner 18.
Yeah, banner 18.
Banner 18. Mm-hmm.
And then if Luka, not even Dallas, if Luka wins, that means the Atlanta Hawks is going to face everybody who's going to be like, oh, y'all traded for Trae Young in the draft, and you could have had Luka, you could have been where they are, but maybe not,
Right. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it can always come down to personnel. And, if Luka's in a different situation somewhere else, excuse me, you never know how things would have turned out.
For sure.
I think y'all did what was best in for y'all at the time. And I think y'all felt as though Trae Young was a better fit. So nobody can blame y'all for that. Because you can't predict the future. I think Nikola, he went late, if not second round.
Yeah, yeah. And nobody
So-
thought Jokic was going to be where he is. And that's just like the international effect, man. Like, the international players are really running the NBA right now.
They really are.
Yeah, you got folks from, like, Slovenia. You got all the Canadians that are doing their thing, like SGA. It's an international game. But, we got a couple homegrown boys out there, especially Anthony Edwards and Jaylen Brown and Tatum, who are holding their own too. So it's interesting to see where the NBA is headed to.
I like it. It's we're getting more diverse, especially with culture. And I think the top four is maybe international players.
Yeah,
So that's interesting.
everybody who was in the running for the MVP was international, and,
Right,
and the
so-
one that got taken out of it was international too. So it's like,
That's just different. It just shows how much, like, not only the USA but people overall has developed and becoming great players.
yeah,
I like it.
everybody,
Diversity is great.
yeah, everybody's really embracing basketball and making it their own, bringing their
Right.
own thing to it. I don't know what happened to YMF Jeff. It looked like he crashed on us.
Yeah, he already said his internet was spotty. But
Yeah, But yeah,
So,
man,
how do you feel about how do you feel about the Mavericks' chances going into the finals, and also their road to get to the finals?
their road was, man, it was a lot tougher than Boston, I would say.
Hmm.
Especially that last series with the Timberwolves. That could have been if the Timberwolves were. I don't know, man. Timberwolves had it, but it's just like something about having Kyrie on your team, having that veteran presence. That's always going
Hmm.
to uplift you a lot more. The Timberwolves are still young. The Timberwolves,
Yeah.
Cat and Gobert, of course, they've been in the league a little bit, but when you don't have that solid veteran who can just take the ball in his hands and stay cool under pressure, you're gonna lose. So Dallas, they didn't look as good this season going in. Of course, they had
Hmm.
their had some injuries going in, starting off with, and then last year nobody believed in them because when they first got Kyrie, they weren't playing too well together, him and Luka. So
Yeah.
it was already kind of like a man. That's the team that nobody's really paying attention to, and yeah. So when the Timberwolves beat the Nuggets, I thought that was a wrap, man. I was like, ain't no
Yeah.
way you can beat the prior champion and then go into play the Mavericks and then lose like this. But it's about having, like I said, having veterans, and that Timberwolves team is too young. They got wrapped up in the idea that they were better than what they were. Anthony
Hmm.
Edwards was going into media calls. It was entertaining and all, but he was saying that he's gonna go out there and pretty much be like the next Jordan, carry
Yeah.
the league and all this stuff. But it looks embarrassing when it don't happen, and
Right.
when you don't fulfill your obligations and you lose like how you lost to the Mavericks.
Exactly.
But yeah, like I said, credit to the Mavericks. I'm not taking anything away from them. Not taking anything away from Luka. If he wins, he wins. He definitely deserves a championship one of these days for the way he's been playing. Like he's always been a consistent basket getter. He's always been a consistent rebounder. Just it when he's playing well, he's impossible to stop. Just like Tatum. Like when Tatum's playing well, it's like ain't no way you can stop this man. You can put two men on him, four hands in his face. He's still gonna shoot if he wants to shoot. So
Exactly. Sometimes I am a little uh, angry with Tatum's shot selections, and
yeah,
because I feel as though instead of him settling for a three, he can just attack.
for
There's
sure.
been a couple games where we get teams into foul trouble early, and we just start jacking threes, and I'm like, that's not winning basketball. If you got a team in the foul trouble early, you want to attack the paint early and often, so you can be at the free throw line. That gives you a better opportunity to extend a lead if you have it, or come back into the game. But I feel it in the Indiana series. A lot of people before that was questioning our ability to close games,
Yeah.
and I feel like we proved we can in three of those games. I
Oh,
think it
for
was
sure.
game one, three and four, I believe.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So teams got to watch out for that because we will execute well, and I don't think a lot of, as far as like ESPN and stuff like that, they talked about that. They like our execution has definitely improved, and I feel as though it's only gonna get better with Porzingis back in the lineup.
Yeah. So it's been a long break between the Eastern Conference Finals, the Western Conference Finals, and the finals.
Hmm.
It feels like basketball hasn't been on in like a month, but I know it's only been like a week. But with that, there's always the science of people getting complacent. There's that feeling of like people coming into the series cold. Do you feel like
Hmm.
these two teams, like this is going to affect them too much, like having all this rest, or you think that with this rest and everybody getting healed up, that it should be a lot more exciting?
I think it benefited Dallas more than Boston because I think Luca has been playing through a couple
Yeah.
injuries. I know it's
Hmm.
been one for sure. So that gives him time to rest and heal. As far as Boston, it benefited by giving us more time for Porzingis to heal up and get better. But sometimes rest can be good, but sometimes it can be bad. I hope during their extended time off they stayed in the gym. They've been pretty much gym rats because this is the big stage, and I'm glad that we got Drew on our team because he's a champion. But they
Yes.
got Kyrie. So it's all about. I feel
Man.
like both teams are gonna lean on those players because they've been to the championship, they've been to the promised land,
Yeah.
and you're gonna need experience. Um, because the stage is big, the lights don't get no brighter than what they are right now. And we're gonna see who cracks.
Yeah, man.
Boston been here before, so it's not new territory, but it's just a new opponent.
Yeah, man. Having Drew Holiday, that was an amazing pickup. I was so hurt by that, and you see what it did to Milwaukee, man. It made them. I know having Dame is like an accomplishment in itself, but that defense, like you lost a lot when you lose Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday
Yeah,
has been that consistent, like defender and offensive bucket getter if he needs to be, player. And man, I wanted the Hawks to get him so bad. I don't care how it fit. I don't care what we needed to do. We could have restarted the team. It's just having Drew Holiday changes everything about a team because he was locking people down in every series.
yeah,
He
yeah.
changes the
And
way he changes the way the game goes.
he does. He. I like that. He's got that. He like our Marcus Smart, what we had, but he shoots better. I feel as though sometimes he make better decisions. Um, I love Smart, but at the same time, he do a lot of dumb shit.
Yeah.
Uh, like he do a lot of dumb stuff that affect the game. Um, but yeah, I'm glad that we had got Drew. I was surprised when we had got him, to be honest. But I knew he would fit well, and I ain't gonna lie, I was iffy on how Porzingis was gonna fit, but he transitioned perfectly. So
Yeah.
when we are fully healthy and we play like Boston basketball, we are hard to beat. That's why we ran away in the East, and people forget that. Like I think we were like 15 games behind, 15 games ahead of the number two seed.
Yeah. It
And
dominated. Like it dominated the East. There was no like
every time,
there's no question that y'all were going to be in the finals. I like
yeah,
I couldn't deny it. Me being the biggest Celtics hater in the world, I can't deny when a team is a better team. Like y'all have players that just fill different roles, man. You got like Al Horford who is still knocking down threes, still that consistent like
hmm
just guy. Al Horford is the guy, man. I miss Al Horford being down here in Atlanta, bro. Like that used to
yeah,
be a top of the conversation that I used to talk about when playing with Paul Millsap and playing with Jeff
hmm
Teague. Man, like
hmm
that's the golden periods of the
Kyle,
Hawks.
I used to love Kyle Korver. He used to aggravate me so much, but his game was crazy.
Yeah,
Every time we played there, I was like, "Yo, we got to put a body on Kyle because he gonna shoot threes and he gonna knock them down, especially when he get hot."
yeah. Except in the playoffs for some reason, he just disappears. It's
I
weird,
don't, I don't
man.
know what's up with players. I don't know what's up with players and disappearing in the playoffs. I feel like that should motivate you to play better.
Yeah, it's weird.
But
It's like why, like where did your skill go? It's like in Space Jam where they just the
right,
Monstars come and take your skills. Like every playoffs, you need to be not there. Like it used to piss me off just seeing Kyle Korver, and I used to tell people I used to be like, oh, because they'd be like, oh, Kyle Korver, he's a borderline all star. So I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but when he gets to the playoffs, he just disappears. Like how
mm,
do you go from scoring 17 points a game on 4 threes and getting to the line, and then you go to like 3 to 4 points, like against the Wizards, not even against like LeBron, against the Wizards. It used to,
Oh, that's crazy.
yeah, it used to aggravate me. I'm like, I love players that can play, but they need to play consistently, especially in the playoffs.
Right, because that's when it matters most. Like regular season, like, yeah, I know you want to play good, but playoffs is where that's what you pretty much fighting for. Um, I don't know. James used to do it a lot too. James Harden, which is
Oh
crazy
yeah,
to me.
yeah.
Uh,
That
he used to
man,
be so good. And
yeah, that man should have been had a
he,
championship, but
right. I feel like he I don't know. And then they implemented that new rule where he don't even get to the line as much no more, and that that pretty much snatched away his whole game. Like it's weird watching him. It's weird watching him play. He's not the to me he's not the same player he used to be.
yeah, it's very inconsistent. Like some weeks he's like the old James Harden, and then other weeks it's just like I don't even really want to watch. I don't want to really watch this team play. It's so hard watching the Clippers play, man, because all the talent they have, and it's like
That was my dark horse as far as coming out of the West. Like I had Denver. I was like, yeah, Denver for sure, but I feel like people gonna sleep on the Clippers, but I was wrong because they got I think who they got beat by Dallas.
yeah, yeah. I
Okay,
don't
so
I don't put my faith in Clippers. They've been they've had great teams since like 2011,
yeah,
and they just can't ever do anything with it. And you can blame the coaches, you can blame the management, you can blame all these people. They traded a whole buttload of people and draft picks to get Paul George, and and basically just made the Thunder a very talented team with SGA and Chet and all these. I'm like, y'all could have
right. So
had that.
they coming. Yeah, Thunders are coming, and that shows you like you went in the wrong direction because you gave all your assets or whatever to mostly assets to Thunders, and now they're a better team.
Yeah, that's what the Nets did too. And they went all in
Yeah,
on KG back in the day and traded Boston millions of picks. And now look, who's in the finals and who's never gonna probably see the finals ever again.
right.
It's
And don't y'all got the number one pick, right?
yeah, we do.
That's dope. I
Yeah,
think if y'all draft right, y'all'll be right there, probably 3 or 4 seed. I like Trey. I definitely like DJ. No, I like DJ more than Trey. But Trey's a great player. Do you feel as though he may wants to leave Atlanta? Do you ever get those type of vibes or?
I don't think he wants to leave Atlanta. I think he likes Atlanta. I just think,
Mhm.
of course, Atlanta has always had a fickle fan base. So, seeing that pressure, seeing the social media posts, people not supporting you, and people asking you to, basically look for a trade, it can get in your head to the point that you want to leave. Like if you don't have that
Mhm.
support, because he did come out here and change the culture in Atlanta. We were going
Yeah.
downhill anyway. After we blew up our team, we got rid of Coach Bud, which was stupid. Um,
Right.
we got rid of Jeff Teague, Paul Millsap, Al Horford. Tried to get the keys to Dennis Schroeder, which was dumb in itself. And Trey was supposed to be that restart period, and for a little bit it was. We went
Yeah.
to uh, the Eastern Conference Finals, and if it wasn't for Trey bumping into the ref and getting injured randomly, like we would have went to the finals that year, and I think we could have probably won. To be
Right.
honest, we were beating the Knicks, we were beating Philly, like we had teams scared, and we weren't even supposed to be there. Trey was balling out of his mind, like literally, and I like you said, I do like DJ. I love I like Jalen Johnson.
Hmm.
I don't know why we still stick with Hunter. Like DeAndre Hunter, he just doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
He's good. He's a good player. He's a good role player, but
He's not. He's not a fit.
he's not a fit. I love Sadiq
Yeah.
Bey. Sadiq Bey is a bucket getter.
When y'all picked up Sadiq, I was like, wow, that's a great pickup. I
Yeah.
like Sadiq.
Yeah, I like Capella, but I think his role needs to be either reduced or we need to go get something for him before it's too late. Because Onyeka does the same thing as Clint Capella, and he's more physical, and he can shoot threes sometimes. But my biggest thing is Trey and DJ, they just don't play well together. When they're on the court together, it's just like they both need the ball in their hands. It's not like how the Warriors used to have Steph and Clay, and Steph can go off ball and Clay could catch and shoot. Like that's not Trey and DJ. They both need the ball to be effective. So I think realistically, we need to get rid of one of them, and I'm fine whichever direction they choose. Like I've made peace at this point that the fan base is not gonna really love Trey like they should be loving him. So if we want to go all in on DJ, I'm fine with that. But we need to put pieces around them in order to make us better, like how Boston has. Like Boston has pieces that makes them better. It's not just about Brown and Tatum. Y'all have other people who can take over a game if needed be. We don't have that.
I feel with Atlanta, because it's kind of like the same situation how I saw when in Dallas when Kyrie and Luka got together.
Yeah.
I'm like, these are two players who need the ball in their hands. They love the ball in their hands, and that's why it wasn't working at first. I feel as though Kyrie accepted that this is Luka's team, and he stepped completely back and let Luka be number one, and he take number two. I do feel as though Trey and DJ can coexist, but they have to realize that one is number one, and somebody else got to be number two, and they have to accept their role and play it. I feel as though they both.
So who in your opinion would be number one though?
For me, it'll be better if DJ is number one and Trey number two.
I can see that.
Yeah, because you let Trey be pretty much your knockdown shooter, which he likes to do. He can facilitate from time to time, but DJ can too. But I just like DJ's game, how he I don't know, I just like his game better, and I feel like as though Trey should be he's probably gonna be the better scorer, but if DJ run the offense, I feel as though they can coexist.
I would like to see it because from what I'm seeing, I'm like, I feel like every time either one of them goes out or like, they run the set where DJ he'll start the second quarter, and Trey will be on the bench, and he's more efficient. And then same thing with Trey when DJ's not there. Trey's dropping 32, 12 assists. It's crazy. I think Trey and Bogey works way better together as a tandem. I think Jalen Johnson stepping up a lot last year was eye opening. I like the future, what we can go towards. Like you said, we do have the number one pick. I just it's hard to pick a number one, especially like going the 2010s wasn't really number one heavy as far as like leading the pack because all y'all players were what, number threes.
Yeah.
All y'all top stars?
Yeah, number 3.
And then like Philly and who else? The Nets, they had number 1 and 2 or somebody, but none of them like stand the test of time. Like Ben Simmons or Markelle Fultz, like all these people who get picked ahead of. So it's not like a guaranteed thing. And I keep trying to tell people, I'm like, temper your expectations when you have a number 1 pick. It's still about who you pick up because you might pick up the wrong person. And I know a lot of people are looking at Alex Sarr, who is basically Wemby 2.0. and that could be a fantastic pick, or it could blow up in our face. So I'm
Yeah, but I'm looking at because I remember how you said the number one pick is never the best pick.
not
Because
never
I'm looking
like it's just you know
between
recently.
2010 and like
Yeah.
yeah and more earlier years. Because I looked at you mentioned Philly.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at there too. I think Tyrese went 21,
Yeah.
and Joel was number three.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel as though you need to look at who you gonna keep as far as when you come when it's about Atlanta, who you gonna keep
Yeah.
going into next year. And I feel as though if you look at his name, Sar,
Yeah.
what position does he play? Center.
Center.
Get rid of Clint. Bring him in, bring Sar in, and get some pieces for Clint that'll affect, make your bench effect more effective.
Yeah.
And that's the team you build. You got three young talents really, and just build around those three. You have a point guard, you have a shooting guard, and you have a center. That's really what you need, and just build around that and see what happens.
Yeah. I agree. Switching topics just a little bit, I do want to talk about the WNBA because there's
Mm-hmm.
been a lot of controversy surrounding the rookies that came in and started making some noise. You got Caitlin Clark with the Indiana
Right.
Fever. She's out there getting beat up by everybody. What do you think about that? Do you think it's like
It's
intentional?
sad. I think it's sad. I know you're supposed to do your welcome to the WNBA like welcome to the WNBA. Supposed to you play hard because what's the name? Lonzo
Mm-hmm.
Ball. The attention she's getting, I feel like it's the same attention he was getting, and that rub professionals the wrong way. Like, so I think they're doing their welcome to the WNBA like that, but I think they're doing too much because uh she's that transcendent player that's going to bring more revenue to y'all the WNBA. Y'all need her because y'all not very profitable, and with her and a couple more coming in, I feel as though they're doing too much. They being very envious and jealous of her because the treatment she getting, but I feel like she deserves what she getting as far as like the endorsements and I think some players were mad about the charter flight she's getting as well. Um, just embrace her, and because at the end of the day, y'all striving for one goal, and that's like to make the WNBA more profitable.
Yeah,
That's how I
I
feel.
agree with you, man. Because it's like all eyes are on the product right now.
Hmm.
Every Caitlin Clark game has had increases in views, increases in ticket sales. Same thing with Angel
Hmm.
Reese. Her games
Hmm.
have increased ticket sales, increased revenue. So everybody can eat off the table that these ladies are setting, but
Exactly.
it's just like, man, y'all really gonna be jealous because they are getting special treatment, but that type of stuff is opening the floodgates for y'all. If y'all play
Right.
your role, if you go out there and really just be competitive without being petty, if you
Right.
really go out there and you like, okay, I made myself Caitlyn's rival. Like everybody wants to see me versus Caitlyn now. That's marketing, man. That's
Yeah, exactly. That makes you okay more interesting.
you're right. Right.
Yeah.
I'm not going in the angle of like, oh, I'm hating on her. I'm going in there
Right.
like I'm about to compete with her. Like every
Right.
game that we play, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm about to go drop 30 on you or something.
Right.
I don't know what you got to do to get your name out there, but the WNBA is on a come up. It may not
Yes, it
be
is.
a huge come up, but at least it's a lot more interesting than it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago. For good or for
Yeah,
bad.
the buzz for the WNBA has been crazy, and It starts with her. Start with also Adrian Reed said, a couple more. But people forget like the NBA at one point was, heading towards bankrupt until the likes of Bird and Magic came along.
Right.
So it wasn't until those transcendent players that the NBA started making a great profit to look at where they are now. So um like you said, if you wanna make Caitlyn your rival instead of being, jealous of her, making her your enemy type
Big facts.
thing like that. So
Big facts.
I feel like the treatment she's getting is well deserved. She's a amazing player. Um, all her years through college, she broke record after record, and it's crazy.
Yeah. And I don't know. I hope it gets better. I know it will
Yeah.
get better. It's
Mhm.
always a season of this, people hating and the drama, but that also kind of bring eyes to the product too. I'm not gonna lie.
Exactly.
When it start being drama filled, but you can't kick your prize horse either. Like
Yeah.
you can't go too far. Like you were saying, you can't go overboard where it's gonna cost you a bag, because that's at the end of the day, that's what y'all are out there playing for, man. You out there playing for a bag. They've been asking
Right.
for these women to get paid higher, and now that the opportunity is there, why are we hating?
Right.
Is just because you're not the one that's the
hmm
trailblazer, or like I don't understand that.
I feel that's the reason. Envious, mostly. They like, why not? They got that why not me mentality, and
Right.
that's not what you should have. You should embrace her, make her feel welcome, but at the same time bring that competitiveness that makes basketball what it is. And just go out there and have fun. Don't be don't do too much, because you don't want to injure her, and then you become an even even worse person.
Right.
So.
Right. All right.
But I actually been watching more of the WNBA.
Oh
She
yeah, I
has that.
have. I have too.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
I've been putting
Before I
some
would be like,
parlays on that.
yeah, exact. People starting to bet more on the W thing. Exactly. I'm glad you brought that. People starting to even bet more on them, and that brings money. It brings viewership. She's that transcendent player. You need her. They've been trying to figure out how to bring more money um to that side, and she's their golden goose.
Yeah, most
So,
definitely. We're gonna switch back to the NBA. I'm gonna ask you some questions, man. I'm gonna do it a little differently. Since
okay.
you're the Boston Celtics expert, the big Boston Celtics fan, we're gonna play a little game. Not a little game, but I'm gonna ask you, who is your Mount Rushmore for Boston Celtics players? This is all time, and it's gonna be
All time.
controversial. Your Mount Rushmore.
Uh, you gotta have Bill. Got to. Is Bill, Bird, um, Kevin McCall. Um, for me, I'm gonna put Pierce up there.
Paul
Even
Pierce.
though a lot of folks, yeah, a lot of folks don't like Paul Pierce, and uh, but I think it's John Havlicek or something like that.
Mm,
I'm horrible with names.
yeah.
But Bill, Paul, Bird, uh, Kevin McCall, and John Havlicek. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name, but yeah, that's what I have.
That's
And a
what's
lot of
up.
people don't like Paul, but um, I love him. As a player.
Yeah.
Now, as an analyst, no, he
No.
need to
Yeah.
find something else to do.
Yeah.
He gotta
We gotta cancel that, man.
him him. Him and Perk. I hate Perk. Oh my god, I've never hated
Perk
Perk.
is
I
so
hate.
annoying, bro. I
I
cannot
hate
stand
Perk.
Perk. And then they put
Oh
him on
my.
the game. I think last 2K23.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh my
bro,
god.
why would you do this? They did it on purpose because they know we don't like this man.
Yeah.
But
Hate Perk. I've never hated a player more than I hate Kendrick Perk.
just annoying, bro. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Boston. This. What do you think? Is this y'all's year
Yeah.
to
I
hoist it
think this.
up?
I don't want to speak it. I do want to speak into this, but I don't want to jump the gun too soon. I feel like we're gonna two peat, maybe three.
Three-peat. Okay.
Yeah, we gonna. I'm looking at a two peat, definitely, man. Maybe a three peat. Three peat is a long shot. It's hard to do, but if we stay healthy and keep the pieces, I feel as though teams are now gonna try to adjust to beat us, and it's eventually gonna help their roster.
Man, it's
So I
hard.
feel like it's gonna feel like
It's hard enough to two-peat nowadays. As
that's
you
what I'm
see,
saying.
If-
Yeah.
I thought the Nuggets for. I thought the Nuggets were there, man. I thought they were gonna go back to play Boston at least, but
Yeah, yeah. And
man,
I ain't gonna lie to you, I was terrified of that matchup. I was terrified. I ain't gonna lie. Because when we played them during the regular season, even though they be like, oh, the regular season don't mean nothing, it shows like it gives you a preview of the matchup. We couldn't beat them. And no matter and I think we were fully healthy and we couldn't two times we played Denver, we couldn't beat them. But every other team we beat Minnesota, we we beat Dallas. Um, but Dallas got a different mentality now. So I feel as though they are the same team, but not the same team, essentially. Um, I'd rather have played Dallas than Minnesota, though. So yeah,
man,
that's how I
that
feel.
would have been a crazy series. I wanted that so
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. Boston versus Minnesota. I thought that was the matchup that was gonna come out, especially um the media saying, "Oh, they had Timberwolves all the way," but that was like, no, that was we going this year. But Timberwolves coming. I feel as though they missing just one piece.
You think they missing a
I
piece?
don't, yeah, Rudy.
You don't like Rudy? you
I
gonna
don't like
stay?
Rudy,
You gonna
bro.
stay not like a Rudy?
I don't like Rudy, bro. I don't like him. Uh, if they keep him cool, but when Ant needs some help, even though it'd be like, what you talking about? Yeah, Ant needs some help. When Cause they gonna double him, and when they doubled him, nobody else showed up. Especially not Cat. Cat was just jacking threes, and they wasn't going in.
Yeah,
He
Cat.
wasn't playing.
Cat was on some other stuff. This
He wasn't playing properly. Like your threes are not falling. Stop jacking them, and he
right.
just keep jacking them. Like yeah,
He really got to start
he got
being more
doubled.
physical, man. Like that's the one
Yeah,
criticism that everybody pulls against Cat. It's like his physicality is not there, and
right.
they were doing a lot better having Nas Reed out there being physical. Nas Reed is
I like Nas. He's
yeah,
he's very he's nice. He's really nice.
yeah, that
And he a bench player too. So
yeah.
if they could increase their bench and somewhat bring him to the starting lineup to help Ant more, that'll be good. But yeah, Ant needs some help, and I don't think people see it yet. They will. Um, I don't see them going to the finals next year either,
Oh no,
unless yeah,
that was kind of like the Hawks when they got to the conference finals.
mhm,
It's hard to get back up that way, man. Like
yeah,
they were on a great roll, but it's hard to get back up there. It's
yeah. It's just how Dallas is just like dismantled them. They watch film. Okay, we finna double Ant and see what everybody else gonna do, and nobody else showed up.
yeah.
Um, Rudy, Luca put Rudy on skate so many times. It was It was
Luca's
piss.
funny, man. Luca's hilarious. This man,
I, yeah,
this man was
I don't know
just
why people don't
clowning.
like it. I mean, as far as like, I honestly don't get why you and Chan don't like him. I honestly don't.
It's not no Chan. Chan, he don't like him. I like Luca. I don't like the narrative surrounding Luca because it's the Hawks traded him. That's the only thing I don't like.
Okay, okay.
That
Chan,
man,
I mean, like,
that man
yeah,
is the biggest hater of Luca. If we was still in school, it'd been a Luca roast fest every day.
yeah.
I didn't know he didn't like him like that.
He hates Luca. He even talked because me and him, especially when we used to sports bet, we used to share our slips.
Mm-hmm.
He used to talk shit about Luca. He used to be hesitant to put him on his slip. We like, oh fuck that bitch. Excuse my language.
No, you good,
But,
man.
yeah, he used to. I don't know why. And I asked him, bro, what's your beef with Luca? Like he's a great player. He's great, but he whines too much. And I was like, okay, but yeah, Chan hates Luca.
Yeah, I mean, I get that criticism too because he does. He is like one of the biggest like crybabies, like how LeBron is, and big stars when they feel like they don't get the calls that they want, they're usually vocal. So I do see it from Luca.
I mean, I feel as though you should be a little vocal, but yeah, I mean, if I wouldn't get my calls, I do the same.
Yeah.
Yo, where what are you watching? But this matchup is gonna be fun.
So what
I got
you
I
said
got
earlier? You said you got the Celtics in six,
5 or 6,
5 or 6. Wow,
9 or 6.
that's a
I feel like yeah, I feel like we game series one it was 5-2, 5-3-4. I feel like 5 or 6. That's the trend we've been having, and I feel like that's the trend we're gonna stick with.
now. If y'all beat Luca in 5, if y'all beat Luca and Kyrie in 5,
Mm-hmm.
it's
People
undisputed.
under they watching the Mavs more than they watching Boston. I feel like when they watch us because we dominated the East so well, they stop paying attention.
Oh yeah.
But we we are dominant. And then they never brought up the matchup when we played. I think when we played them, we beat them by like 19
Mm-hmm.
during the regular season, and they had the same players. Ain't no different.
That's a
So
good point.
yeah,
They
they had the
also
same
were,
players. We
were
had the same players.
the number 5 seed, so I don't
Right.
know.
So
I don't know if they were saving their energy because they weren't playing as well as they've been playing in the playoffs, like this regular season.
mhm.
Like
uh,
the West is always like that wild, wild West anyway. But it was some times where I was like, I don't know, this team gonna make it to the playoffs.
yeah, and we're gonna make teams play. You're gonna have to guard. Like Kyrie, he's gonna have to guard. Luka's he's gonna have to guard. And if we get either one of them into foul trouble, it's they're gonna have to lean on like a PJ Washington or somebody like that to score. And if they can't make baskets. We're gonna run away with the game. And I feel as though now that Porzingis back, we've been missing Porzingis for a while, almost two series. We've been missing them, and we're gonna show them that the floor gonna be a lot more open. The lane's gonna be open for JB and Tatum because you can't double Tatum like that. Um, 1 through 5, they shoot threes and they shoot threes at a high volume and they can knock them down. They also can shoot the mid range and drive. So it's gonna be a hard team to stop. And
Last thing before we close,
but
what is Tatum's legacy if he doesn't get this championship? What is his legacy going forward if Jason Tatum doesn't win this one?
he keeps trying. He's 26. The people putting because of his success so early on, like since he's been in the league, people's getting bored with his success. And you have to understand that he's only 26. I think LeBron won his first at 27. Steph at 27, 28. Jordan at 27, 28. So it's not like he's 30 and not not won nothing. Just people getting um bored with his success, and they put too much pressure on him to win a title, win a championship, and I feel as though his legacy is still good. Nothing will change if he don't win. You know, just keep figuring out what you need to do to get there. Because, like I said, we'll be right back where we are next year.
I like it. It's a good
Yeah,
statement, man. As always, it's always good to have you on this show, man. It's always good
it's always a pleasure.
to
Honor
catch
and a
up with
privilege,
you.
man. Honor and a privilege.
Tell the fine folks out at home where they can find you.
You can find me on IG at mo underscore paintingz underscore. That's Mo Paintings. For all your graphics and artistry, essentially, yeah. I'm still doing that, but I'm local. I'm right now stationed in Alabama for work. So, but I can still like if you need artwork, I ship it to your house. So you ain't gotta you to worry about that, and just follow me on IG. Also follow my guy Rob 285 Live, the hottest show in Atlanta. Hottest broadcast. Always great content, good vibes, very welcoming. And I don't know what happened to YMF Jeff, but he's that's
Hey,
my guy.
hey, man. Look, he just got back to Atlanta, so he's still trying to get stuff figured out.
Okay,
So,
okay.
hey, that means as soon as we get our schedule set up, all four of us are in Atlanta. We about to get some live content going. We about to get a lot more going for the channel. I know y'all been seeing a lot more on Instagram and YouTube.
Mhm.
We got
Yeah.
everything scheduled. We got everything going. We're gonna be on vacation for most of June, so you might be seeing like a lot of old content. But
Mm.
I had to get this final stuff out the way, man, because it's about to go down. I love the NBA Finals. It doesn't matter which team is playing. I know I come out here and I dog Boston, I dog Dallas, I dog all these teams, but I love watching basketball. It is it's like drinking coffee in the morning. I need it. So
Right,
when I
right,
get to
right.
see two teams like Boston and the Mavericks play, I'm excited. I'm not excited for the result, but I'm excited to see how these two teams play. So
Yeah.
appreciate y'all joining another episode of 285 Live Outside the Perimeter. It's your boy Mad Dog with Mo. We're gonna be back for Mo. We're gonna be back for a lot more. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Make sure y'all subscribe to our YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitch. We're gonna be playing a lot more games. I've been playing some sponsored content. Thank y'all for downloading those games, playing with the boys, letting us earn some money while we're doing it. And thank y'all for watching this episode. Make sure y'all share it with your folks.